How you doing? We're at Fiddlesticks here again. Kind of walking through the woods right now. I wanted to share this with you. If you listen, you can hear the sound of the Monashee River. That's the kind of white noise I can deal with. It's beautiful. If you listen even more, you can hear the sounds of construction. We're putting up the yurt, some safety fences. We're doing it as a team, as a community. Yeah, of course there's egos involved and everyone's got the better idea. Everyone knows what I'm doing and how this should be done. You know how I'm talking about here, yes. Because, you know, in the construction field, there's lots of us who do lots of stuff and everyone's got an opinion. The whole concept of community is to come together, though. So sometimes, and this is a big important lesson, there has to be a boss. There has to be that person that you assign to be the project leader, manager, coordinator, facilitator, etc. Put whatever label you want on it, but there has to be one chief. And from that one person, their, hopefully, skill level, perception, design, vision of the project can unfold. It doesn't happen without any kind of delegation, and it certainly doesn't happen without a bunch of skilled people coming to the table. I mean, you can't just have one chief and a whole whack of Indians running around either. You need people who are going to think for themselves. You're going to need people who are going to be able to apply what they do know and who they are to whatever task that they've been kind of given and assigned. It's also important that, again, all those egos get placated as well. You know what? Ego is not a bad thing if it's applied in a healthy manner, you know? You don't want to be cutting anybody down. You don't want to be calling anybody stupid. You don't want to be, no name calling, none of that stuff. If you let it get to that, you just know where to go from there in any way, shape, or form. When you're building community, it's important that everybody be heard. Everybody. Even, and sometimes even especially those people who are maybe not necessarily pro whatever that project might be, or what they're bringing to the table may be perceived as a negative dynamic. They should still be heard. And the reason they should still be heard is because they actually might be seeing something that's been overlooked. I mean, at the end of the day, after everyone's been heard, if something's just whining and a bitching and a complaining, you just dismiss it. You know, at the end of the day, there's going to be lots of stuff that gets brought forward that does get dismissed. But unless it's brought forward in the first place, how do you even dismiss it? How do you get to that place of looking at it, acknowledging or not acknowledging, and allowing it to move on? Tolerance, patience, appreciating the fact that we're so different, every single one of us, and so unique that we're at 100% of the time going to approach and undertake any project uniquely. That's awesome. Really awesome. But there has to be a boss. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's you who has to step forward and say, you know what? My project, I'm going to own this. I'm going to be firm in the direction and the vision that we're trying to create here. It's not easy being the boss sometimes. It's just the way it is. Anyway, just a little pearl of something that I'm putting together myself after the many and few years that I've been on this planet. A little bit of oracle wisdom there for you. Back to the job.